Recording. Okay, this is for F1 video devlog. All right, let me get a few things sorted. This. All right. Just refresh out of. Okay, so for one, for the F1A, our grid data is stored in a separate module organized as an structure of arrays format. I made this Abraham Halim. It's a little bit of a jangled mess, and the way it operates is such that it runs through this entire grid, and then it stores a few pieces of information, that being the age of that grid piece, which should be uniform throughout the entire grid, or I guess more accurately should be that it tracks the age of the cell, but the entire grid should be the same age, generally speaking, unless there's some strange abnormality, which should never occur. It stores the player position. It stores the player position. This is just so that we know where the player is at every given time, regardless of the piece. It's kind of redundant. It's kind of useless to have it on every single piece, but that's how it is. Um, oh yeah. It also stores the sun value of that cell piece, the water value, the plant type if there is one, and plant growth if there's also plant. Otherwise, the plant type will be none and the plant growth will be 0. For B, okay, so we used a stack that stores mementos of the grid state, which includes tile map data, the cell data, as well as the player's position and current time. The player can undo and even can do even all the way to the start, and they are able to redo it all, to the back, and to the most current action before they change something. So if they did something, so if they undid and then did something, if not mistaken, I didn't write this code, but I'm working off of what I've been playing around with. You can't redo something if you've done an action that breaks from that stack, from my understanding. For F1C, the player can manually save doing this save button, if not mistaken, and then you can restore. Let's see. If I go here, I save, and then I go boop 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 boop, and then I can restore. Yeah, it restores the most previous position. Cool. Yeah. Also, planting, boop. A little inelegant to say the least. I can do save and then boop 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 boop. There's some redundancies because multiple people worked on multiple things. See who can get it faster, whoever can get it most efficiently. I did the save components. They don't really work as intended. These restores done by Madison, I believe the name is a lot more elegant than mine, so we're using that for this time being. So yeah, so the player can save, checking one of three of the save buttons. The player can restore them by pressing the corresponding restore save 1 through 3. This was implemented similar to undo redo and store grid data, but instead of storing images directly, the tile map containing an SRC URL is what be erased and stored with, and everything will be returned to local storage. Oh yeah, that's how saves work. Every time you press save, it saves to local storage as a JSON somewhere. I'm not super certain where the browser holds it, but it's somewhere. It seems to consistently work, so that's cool. Oh yeah, for F1D, each time step. Oh, this will. Sorry, I'm just reading the script for the first time. So each time progresses, the game will autosave the current grid, or it depends. I think it depends on who's currently working on it. In my iteration, it would do it every 5 steps. I think that's the current one we've merged onto, where every 5 turns or every 5 actions the player makes, it'll autosave into this. Well, I guess it'll just autosave into one of their stores because yeah, it'll just right into the restores. Previously, we had an autosave file specifically for it, but I'm guessing there must have been a merge conflict and it got removed, but that's fine. Yeah, it should be able to do via restores, and should be able to restore where the player was last. Our requirements for F-Zero thing largely stayed the same. We didn't really do much. We didn't do that much besides for a little cleaning up. The plant type has been changed to a string literal, but otherwise implementation hasn't changed all that much. We will still satisfy F10 by clicking to move the player, F0B by automatically incrementing time within each step, F0C using right-click tiles to be able to both plant and harvest things, F0D by storing weather information inside cell data object. With the levels randomly regenerated within each time step, F0E is still satisfied through string label, but as mentioned before, that label has been defined as plant type, which ensures the label will be only the only of 3 types defined. Species 1, Species 2, and Species 3. F10 is satisfied by the plant interacting with the sun and water levels of the cell data, and F0G is satisfied by the victory message printed by harvesting 10 plants. So yeah, if you harvest 10 plants, because they get fully grown, you win the game and you get a funny message. I think it currently exists through console, and there are some, and I believe after this, assuming I can get it right, it should display via a funny little notification on your browser. Yeah, cool. Yeah, thanks for your time. Sorry this came in a little late. We were a little pressured with other courses.